did you see The Nun?
I did.
You did? How'd you like it?
My favorite part? The credits.
Oh. Oh, that's horrible. It was funny. It was absolutely funny.
I saw it twice.
I will toast you for that. That was hilarious. That was hilarious.
I saw it twice.
It wasn't that bad.
Okay, you know what? I saw it twice, and the first time, theater unnamed bleep, horrible experience. Like everyone was just on their phone, and this.
Hello. Hey girl, I'm in the movie.
No, I didn't. And I was just like, Dad earlier said that people were telling him it was a comedy because like it was very comical. Oh. And I was like, you know what? The first time I watched it, I was trying to focus because my girlfriend and my mom were talking the entire movie. And
so your girlfriend and your mom, what are you trying to say?
I was third wheeling that night. Literally talking to the
your
whole
girlfriend and your mom on a date?
Literally talking the entire time, and they're like over here whispering to me. They're like, "Oh my god, husband!" And I'm like, "Shut up." I'm trying to watch the movie. I'm trying to pay attention. Anyway,
so this video's become about asking her relationship with her mom and her girlfriend. But so you did not like The Nun.
Anyway, I did not. I gave it another chance. I saw it a second time. I was alone that time. I was able to pay attention. There was a lot of things that I noticed, and still I could not get over visually. Like, I understood the story. Okay. Like, when they introduced it in the beginning, and they had, like, Lorraine talking about all of her experiences, and then when they tied it at the end with Frenchie, like, cool beans, like, whatever. But there was I think 20 minutes in, it was just desensitized. I was desensitized to the scare, to, like, Valak, to the whole, like... Okay. You know, I identify as Christian. I didn't grow up Catholic or anything like that. Okay. But there was still something relatable, you know, like this whole idea of like God. Okay. But like
the whole nun thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. But like there was just the like, you know, today's horror is supposed to be relatable. It's supposed to be like, this could happen to me. This is based.
It was a period piece too at the same time.
But no, it's like really 1952.
1957, I think.
It's 52.
What? It's 1950 something.
It's still the 50s. It's still the 50s.
It's a period piece. It's still like how relatable are the 50s to you?
It's not even a period piece because Valak is a mythical creature. Technically, this has nothing to do with like actual stories.
It's a true period piece. It took place in a time frame that is not today.
Okay. Even as a period piece, I mean, I wasn't born in the 50s or anything, but like still, there was nothing. There was nothing to do. Like I've never been to Romania. Like, but still, like I just when I think of Romania, I think of Dracula. You know.
Okay.
Think of vampires.
It'd been better if it had been called The Vampire.
Yeah, I would have. Okay. I would have rather watched. I would have rather watched Twilight back to back.
No, all right. You are totally like you disqualified from this topic. I actually liked the film, and I actually did get an opportunity to see it when it was test screening. So I got to see the early version, and maybe that's one of the reasons why I like this film a little bit better than you did.
I feel like I would have liked the uncut
because I got to see like the rough draft of this film, and they didn't change it that much, but what they did do to it, I think, improved the film. And overall, when I saw it again, I was like, hey,
we were talking about it, and I don't think so. Yeah, okay, they didn't change that much, but I still don't think there was any improvements. They might have gotten rid of stuff. Okay, just hear me out. Hear me out.
James Bond's balls are here, and you just like,
No.
Right.
No, I said that the story was easy to follow. The things that he contributed obviously shown through. Okay. If he would have directed this would have gone a lot better. The CGI wouldn't have been as crappy. I wouldn't be so desensitized to this demon because they show him everywhere. Like, oh, there's Valak. There's Valak. Valak. Oh my god.
The movie was about Valak.
Give him a star on the Hollywood Hall of Fame.
Did you want Godzilla?
Yes, I wanted a Godzilla movie.
You're right. They just show him like a little bit like him. like there's a teaser.
Yes.
It's like, oh look, it's got he's gone away. It's like, oh,
yes, that's exactly.
You want it to be there and then gone.
It's supposed to be. That's how. Oh, see, another. So you know what? I get it. It's not the 80s anymore. No one's doing like hands-on makeup. No one's doing like like redoing the makeup every day.
Okay.
People are lazy. They just want to do one phallic makeup and they want to keep it like that. They don't want to mess it up. They want to be able to take it up at the end of the night and put it back on.
All right. So your problem with this film is that
it's production.
Or what I was gonna say is how it relates in horror movies nowadays.
Yes.
And it's like nowadays horror movies don't do what the 80s used to do as far as.
Okay, maybe I'm a little snobby. That's because somebody over here raised me on what I think is a good layout of a horror movie.
Okay.
Whether that be slasher or gore or like anything like that. I think that's a really good layout. I think that's what people need to keep following. Of course, they get like originality. Nothing's original. Shut up. I'm in an art, category. Nothing's original. I'm not original.
Tell us how you're doing, Osmond.
This show isn't even original. Just kidding.
Well, but original. Everybody else copy us.
Yeah, everybody else
goes. All right, so
good point.
So what you're saying is that they didn't do the things that they did in the 80s for horror in general.
Yeah.
It was like, but I think that things transition. 70s horror is different from 80s horror. 80s horror is different from
90s.
early 90s. Yeah, 90s and early 2000 horror, and so on and so forth. It's always going to evolve. It's going to be different, and unfortunately now we have more tools to use in horror, where we don't have to do practical all the time. We don't have to do makeup all the time.
I'm not asking for practical.
We have the money. They can invest in horror films now.
No. That's I'm gonna call BS on that because the companies, production companies, whether they're small like A24, no, it's not really that small, but or like even Blumhouse. I mean, they have all this money.
They make movies for $2.50.
They have all this money, so they're spending it on crappy CGI.
They only got $2.50.
Like use the money to actually get people. Like they gotta
hire unnamed actors. They gotta go.
Unnamed actors.
In like
really?
3 days. They gotta go out
See, I understand.
2 weeks.
I understand the industry. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of deadline. Yes, I get it.
That's all they make
out by Halloween. It came out in September. Like I probably would have done better in the end of October. Losers.
It was number 1, by the way.
Okay, that's because people want to see stuff like this. I'm just tired of being fed the same concept with no visual change.
Okay, hold on a second, real quick. Now, here are some of the Blumhouse features that have been out recently, okay? Get Out,
Right.
Split, The Purge, Sinister,
Don't even talking about The Purge.
The Visit, Insidious.
Visit was horrible too.
Happy Death Day.
You don't like The Visit?
Happy Death Day was crappy too.
And coming up is Halloween. And coming up is Halloween.
I'm not saying that the companies are horrible. I'm just saying that if you have a franchise like this, you're talking like 2 Annabelles, 2 Conjurings, future movies that have already been announced, and I feel like they dropped the ball on this.
Okay,
I understand that James Wan is involved. I don't even know if we still have it. And Aquaman. I understand that like you gotta pick and choose when you're already a good director.
I argue your point because you were talking about like they're putting out these films and it's all coming out of the same studio, the production value and blah blah blah. But if we look at New Line is basically the predecessor.
I thought you were gonna say Predator. It's like what?
We're going to use. They predated Blumhouse.
Right.
This is New Line. I mean, Blumhouse is doing New Line's formula.
Yeah.
It's like they will make a movie cheap.
Elm Street.
All the Elm Streets that came out.
The house that Freddy built, baby.
Yeah. So I mean, they will make a movie cheep.
Well,
unfortunately, they didn't have the ability to do a lot of special effects because they couldn't afford it.
Well, I will agree.
So you can't really give them credit for the fact that they did a lot of practical stuff because that's all they had. Blumhouse has the ability to do practical stuff because now that the CGI and stuff is like it's cheaper, and I don't think it suffered as much when they used it sparingly because I mean. Yeah, okay, the snake was a little bit off, and
Okay, well, you know what? Like that's not the point.
Film, and we can't judge harshly on a low budget film as we would judge like a $200 million film. Like if the Avengers came out and had crappy CGI, if they came out and made Michael Douglas look younger than what he did, or if I can't think of her name, hotness. What's her name? Michelle Pfeiffer had not looked as great as she looked in that movie.
Okay, that's where the $200 million went. I understand that, but there's definitely.
I can still love I used to love low budget films that don't have the best special effects.
I'm not trying to say that you got to choose between Walmart and Versace. Like, I'm not saying that there's a significant difference. You can definitely make Walmart look like Versace if you really tried. You know, you could be like some bum down the street and still look like Bruno Mars.
And I think that's what they did. I think that line just totally threw me off. I think that's what they did in this film.
No, they didn't. If they had done that, then the shadowing would have been a lot greater. I wouldn't have seen the associated villain.
Okay, just story itself, special effects aside, because we're gonna beat special effects.
Well, the story itself, I'm ready. Fork and knife in hand.
Okay, so story aside. Okay, so special effects aside, looking at the story. Okay, so the story about them expanding the background of the nun character that they introduced to us in Conjuring 2.
Right.
Did you not like what they presented on screen?
No.
No. What did you like?
It was very choppy.
It was very choppy far as...
But what I did like was that there was a couple of... I think the hardest part was just one, like, do you know about writing wise? Definitely character development. There was something. There was just.
Took place
there's
in
just
2
a
days.
lot of. There's a lot of holes.
How much development did you really want to see? As a matter of fact, if you want to talk about character development, we really got to see the development of the nun herself. She was the only one who had real character development. I mean, the priest was himself
useless.
From beginning to beginning.
Was useless
from beginning to end. Frenchie was himself from beginning to end.
I feel like that was the only. Frenchie and Irene were really the only characters that I was like rooting for, and that's mostly because like. It's funny is I don't know. I've heard conspiracies about it. Irene, the actual actress, is the sister of Vera, who plays Lorraine. They're actual sisters in real life. So I've heard conspiracies that they're going to connect them because they have the same.
I can see that.
Yeah, they have the same like visions kind of thing.
And I can see that that's the reason why she was able to see the nun in Conjuring 2.
Yeah,
I can see why that happened. But I mean, if we think about the fact that this movie is called The Nun, wouldn't the nun be the most important part of this film?
Yeah, it should have been Irene. I think.
So it's like Godzilla all over again.
I think that she was like she was the only one who got character development. Like the priest was who he was, Frenchie was who he was.
Yeah, she was the true hero out of all of them.
And that's what it's like. We saw the character development in her because she was the focal point of this film. And I think
was the nun.
She was the nun. So the nun wasn't Valak. The nun was her.
Okay, but that still doesn't take away the fact that I really saw Valak everywhere. From the license plate to the windows.
In the test one, he really was everywhere. They didn't even mask him at all. It was like, oh look, there's Valak sitting right there.
At that point, I don't see. It's not so much CGI. It's that last scene. Really, that's where it really bothered me. Was the last scene.
Was the fight in
the water? So, okay. Yeah, because it was just. I think there was just too much light. Like that.
It to be really, really dark.
But you know what I mean? Like, even when Valak made appearances in The Conjuring, it was always dark. Or you didn't even see it. It was the shadow.
Except for that whole hallway scene and stuff like that.
Okay, but that was... Do you understand that was really far away?
Okay.
You don't
want to see close up.
Be quiet. Because after I saw it the first time, I went home and I got Conjuring 2 because that's where we first saw Valak. I rewatched it, directed by James Wan. Thank you, Jesus. And the way that the camera is placed, the way that the lighting is, the whole location in general, smaller spaces is definitely the best. They're talking about that scene, in that hallway, really far away. You can't really see. And then of course when Judy is like, "Mom, who's that?"
Would you have
Valak turns
that
away.
Valak had been more Blair Witch-ish, where it was like kind of like
flashes here and there. I'm not saying like atmospheric. I'm just saying like. Do you remember the scene in Conjuring 2 where, they lure Lorraine into that painting room, and it's just a shadow.
Right.
For like a good 2 minutes until it gets to the painting.
But you can't shadow the whole movie. It was like eventually Valak's got to be in
I'm sorry. You wanted it to ring the entire time? Jeez.
It's like you can't do the moves. You actually have to show the character. The character's got to be on screen at some point.
I understand that, but there's still. I think
it would have been a lot of us like.
See, like
maybe you should go talk to the nuns. And it was like. I'm gonna
get to that. These other nuns in the Abbey made me mad too, because how could they not think that that's weird? There's a giant puddle of blood growing outside the stairs. There's some lady sitting in a chair.
Spoiler alert, they were all dead.
I know that. that. But the fact is that at some point they tricked me into thinking that they were alive, and I was like, okay, are these people like really there or are they not? Because they looked lively. They looked lively. Irene was like, oh, hey, how you doing? We're just sipping here, drinking coffee.
I don't know
talking about Valak, you know.
But you know what?
I don't know nuns, but
I would think if you were locked in a place for like who knows how long, you would be a little bit like this, displaced.
But the whole story was that these nuns knew why they were there.
Yeah.
When she was telling them the history about the Duke and blah blah blah, the whole thing was that those nuns have been there for so long to keep this evil in. So there is no like shock factor. They're not like scared. They knew what they were getting into. The church told them, you need to go in there and you need to stop that demon from coming out. You better pray every single day, every single second, because you're a nun.
Like MC Hammer.
Too legit to quit, okay? Listen, nuns.
So all right, so I guess we're gonna disagree on the movie because I actually really liked the movie. I think it would have been better. It could have been better. I think it was a good addition to this whole Conjuring universe that they've set up, and I can't wait to see what they do going forward with this character, because obviously we know the character still exists on, because we saw what happened, spoiler alert, with Frenchie tying in.
Yeah, but those are into the Conjuring, so it's already over.
We obviously see that the nun existed into Conjuring too, so
yeah, and they defeated him.
Yeah, but I mean with the demon,
and now it's the Crooked Man. Which I think is a way better character. And, by the way, in Conjuring 2, that is a CGI'd character. You cannot tell that is a CGI'd character because of the shading in the room.
All right, we're going to let you stop beating this movie to death with the CGI.
I'm just saying, hey, James Wan, call me. We'll talk. All
right,
and get you back behind the camera, because this movie is down the toilet. I flushed it 3 times. Okay,
so what we cover right now, it's like we covered the story, which you didn't like. We covered the characters that you didn't like. We covered the CGI, which you did not like.
The makeup was good.
I thought the makeup was great, even though she did not like the CGI, which
they put some great makeup only to put some nice visual effects over it. Good job. Props.
So, do you have anything good to say about the Nun? Because I have tons of good stuff to say about the Nun, but I feel beat down and you said nothing was best.
Sorry.
Do you have anything good to say about this film?
Irene was hot.
And that's a good way to end this video.
Oh my gosh. Well, as usual, please like, subscribe, and comment down below if you'd like to see more of me and Terrence yelling at each other, or just me yelling.
Just yelling at me. I didn't make this movie.
Or just me yelling. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. It is spooky season, so we are coming along to some great Halloween videos.
We got a lot of stuff planned for you guys for Halloween. Last year we did a whole horror month, so we'll definitely do something again for October. Me and Manny and Aspen will get together and we'll figure out some stuff for you guys. Yep. This is just only the beginning of our horror month for October, even though it's still September.
This is only the beginning of the yelling. Tag James Wan in the bottom so that he can call me. All right? Okay.
Please, James, please call her. And if you guys did like the movie like I liked it, please put it in the comments below. Because I couldn't make any argument with her because she was beating me up over here. So
we're going to talk after this.
Manny on the couch over here.
Doing nothing.
And Art wherever
he is.
I'm Terrence.
I'm Aspen, finally doing something.
That's very true. You guys say
spooky season, really. And I am
but maybe by the time this comes out, it will be October.
This is a good rant. This is no script, no nothing. Okay. You just go.
And then he's over here telling me to write about it.
No,
loser.
We're not writing about it.
I was talking
do your notes.
I was talking about the WTF.
I'm Manny. Do your notes.
Okay, I didn't tell you to write.